Hello! Today we are working on a powered speaker. It's an ElectroVoice ZXA1. Let's see what's up with this thing. Let's power this thing on and see what it's doing. Okay, power's up. Looks normal. Let's put a signal sweep generator into it. Well, don't really hear any low end. Yeah, maybe a little. There's no control here. Let's try the mic lamp. Master doesn't appear to have any effect on that. So that's scratchy. Alright, I think we just have bad pots in here. That might be the only issue with this device. Let's go ahead and crack it open and have a look at the board. Okay, you get something to pry that with. Okay. And, oh, that's unfortunate. Look at that. Okay. I need to unplug the speakers. Yellow on the horn, red on the woofer. Looks like we have to just take this whole front plate off before we can do anything. It's in this trash can. Maybe a plastic spudger. Okay. Oh, there's our plug on the inside. All right, so what do we have here? Look at over there. Okay, we got these clips for the MOSFETs. Seven screws. Let's go ahead and take these off. There's going to probably be some white sticky stuff behind there. No, they're using a thermal pad. That's nice. Okay. Alright. They came loose. I'll probably have to put some new paste on that when I'm done. Now we'll try lifting straight up. Cards removed. This goes over here. Alright. Got another board in the way. It's being held on by that hidden screw there that I messed earlier. Alright. Magic. That goes over there. We're missing a knob. Maybe we can do something about that later. That's pretty rough shape. That one's not much better. Let's remove them from the board first. And what I'll do, let's do it under the microscope. That's the issue. That one's not much better. These clamps back here are almost completely released. Let's go ahead and get them off the board. Let's go ahead and get these off with some low melt solder. This stuff is fantastic. We're going to come with some flux. And a little bit of low melt solder. Here I'm using MG Chemical Super Wick. Don't mess around with the cheap stuff. I'll leave a link down in the description so you can get this if you need it. We'll clean that up later if we need to. It's an alpha pot, 1A2, audio taper, 20K, right? Let's see if we can find one. Alright, looks like that series might work. I ordered some replacements from Digikey. In the meantime, let's open this thing up, clean it out, and put it back together and see if we can just repair what we have. All right, we need to take these clasps off. Already pretty loose. Let's pry these open. Some on the other side. Ow! All right, I got it. Okay, that's pretty crusty. On the edges, anyway. That's your contactor right there. Spins along and runs around that resistive trace of carbon there. Go ahead and just clean out that inside a little bit. Got some good old De-Oxid. And let's just go ahead and put this back together. It lines back up. What we're going to do is bend this all the way back as tight as we can. And then we want to force these guys tightly. There we go. And the last one, right there. Okay. This seems tight. Let's put it back. Oh, that feels much better now. Just put it back in. Lines up. It doesn't wobble anymore. Let's go ahead and solder that, tack it down. A little bit more on the ground lugs. And we're in good shape there. And clean up. Clean that up real quick. The flux in that solder, I must be using the cheap solder. But, you know, who gives a shit? All right. Let's see. That doesn't wobble anymore. See this one? Just loose. Let's go ahead and do the same thing to this. Here we are back at the bench. That thermal pad is completely broken off, so I'm just going to put a little bit of thermal grease on here. And that'll do. That'll get all over me and it'll be on me from now on. I'll never get it off. Okay. Okay, now that part looks finished. Let's go ahead and put it back in the box. No, we have this part. Let's go ahead and put the plate back on. I guess all we have to do is line this back up properly to plug in here. How hard is this? Oh, that went right in. No issues. Let's put this bad boy back together. You probably won't be able to see in here very well. Neither will I. If you can see this driver, I'm going to turn it a little bit to the left. Twist it in here so I can get to these terminals a lot better. And turn off the light so I can work with both hands. This is a little bit fiddly. Okay, the yellow wire's on. You can see that in there. Now we'll rotate it back around so I can reach the other side and tighten up the driver in the enclosure. All right, yeah, that's right there where I can get to it. The red one goes on the right, and the black one goes on the left. This is way on the back on the bottom here, so you won't be able to see that, and neither will I. But I can feel it. That's on the post. Next time, I won't take this box out, because I've never been into one of these before, and I didn't realize that it had a plug inside of the box. Which is fine, I just didn't know about it. That's in there. Let's put a couple of screws back in her. Try it out. See what happens. Not so bad. Okay, that doesn't change the way it acts. But the magic of YouTube, the Digikey order has arrived instantly. Let's have a look real quick. These are 20k ohm logarithmic taper pots. And they look like they're the right size. Here's the new one. And there's the old one. Looks good to me. Let's put them in the device and see how it works. New pot for you. And new pot for you. That took forever. Quickly resolder these. There's nothing left to do now but clean this up, reassemble, and test. Here are our new pots installed. Rock solid. Making sure this line's all back up. All right, let's test it. This is the way to put it back together. That's it. You go with the power. Check. Check 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. The master now works, and the mic input is not affected by the line out, which I'm plugged into. And now I'll plug directly into the mic input. Well, you get the cable to twist around. Check 1 2 1 2 1 2. Hey, 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 hey. This is me testing the microphone input. That fixed the issue. So the only thing left to worry about is our missing knobs. Let me see if I have any in the collection here. I found this in my knob box, and it's 3D printed, and I probably made this in the past. Let's see if it fits. That's not a good fit. Let's design something new and print it out, so we'll have some nice knobs for our functioning ElectroVoice ZXA1. All right, how about we take a look at the original knob that was in this thing and try to recreate it in our CAD program. First thing we'll need is some measurements. So I want to see how deep the hole is for the pot, so we'll take our caliper and we'll just use the back side like this and see what it says. 10 millimeter there, that's how deep it is. And at the base, we'll call it 11 at the bottom. And we'll call it 10 at the top. And the total height, we'll call that 14. So 10 on the inside, 14 on the outside, 11 on the bottom, and 10 on the top. And let's go in the CAD program. I'll use Fusion 360. I'm just setting my dimensions, making some sketches, making some circles, setting an offset plane, cutting out a little section here for a marker, making sure my dimensions are correct, filling in the inside for the post. And now I'm slicing on Cura, and we're sending it directly to my 3D printer, and off to the races. Now to mark the knob with the paint marker. Now this thing looks pretty gnarly under the microscope, blown up 500 times, but as you'll see in a moment, it'll look just fine when we put it on the actual unit. Let's see how our new knobs fit. Oh, how glorious. Nothing to do now but invoice the customer. Seems like a good deal. Hopefully they'll pay soon. Circuit fixed.